And I remember at the time when I met Michael Imhotep from the African History Network, he knew about the tour, but he hadn't even been on the tour, but had referenced it to another sister. So that means my connection that I had was very well studied and showed me his library of books that I saw firsthand. So I know the real history about my ancestors. I can confirm what young Pharaoh speaks about. It's facts. And kudos to young Pharaoh, the work he's putting in over there. You know, because a lot of the real Hotep people and what's Hotep Jesus and Uncle Hotep, these are real brothers of the conscious pro-black community, not the fake ones out here, will tell you the real meat and potatoes, the truth. That that these agents and gatekeepers are not sharing with you with their constituents, by the way. And that's why I'm saying, don't take my word for what I'm saying, guys. Do the research, look it up, and you will be shocked to find out a lot of what I'm going over, just practically everything, you know. But like I said, once again, that's why I give a disclaimer. But do your research, and you will be surprised. And the Democratic Party has not come out publicly and nationwide and disavowed this. But you know, I was also informed that it was the Republican Party. By the way, when I watched the clip of Dr. Claude Anderson, I know he doesn't make sure he doesn't endorse neither party. He gives his opinion, but he said he has sent this proposal with the reparations to Obama's administration, and Obama ignored it. He mentioned where to go look up. I guess on one of the White House's sites that I don't know if it was, I can't remember what it was specifically, but he said where it didn't go anywhere under Obama, but at least the Trump administration. This is why you have the ADOS movement that behind the scenes they were willing to take a look at it. By the way, in case you all are not aware, they had hearings last year on around the time of the holiday of Juneteenth. By the way, of 2019, last year, there was hearings. Remember, there was congressional hearings over, and one of the leaders he went or one of the people at the forefront of the movement went on one of those lady talk shows, like The View, or you know, they have those different shows, the real, I can't remember which one it was, but he said he was surprised to see it gain so much momentum. And kudos to Yvette Carnell out there, the work that she put in, you know, because I've always been a supporter of reparations, you know, because I feel like, in my opinion, if they gave reparations to the Jewish community, the Japanese after what happened to them in Pearl Harbor, and Native Americans, African Americans, melanated people definitely have deserved something, and it's been long overdue. But the Democratic Party has played a major key role in blocking some of these things and acting as gatekeepers and minions and not letting this go forth. The Republican Party, believe it or not, has been more of our ally, I would say. Many don't get down to the meat and potatoes or to the intricate details. I know this is a taboo subject, or the elephant in the room, but I just proved earlier, and some of you all, appreciate you all in the chat, that proved the Democratic Party's role with, you know, failing school systems and cities, you know, that have been run by them, have done more damage to blacks in the African American community versus when you look at the Republicans. That's why I say the Republicans are the better option. Also, what Trump did and Governor DeSantis with school choice, I found out why 100,000 black women, when they researched, they were mad when Andrew Gillum lost the tight race to DeSantis, was because they said they looked at the statistics, you know, between the voters, and saw 100,000 black women had voted for DeSantis because he was for school choice. So I commend all of those black women down there that are paying attention to the policies. That's not just looking at the politician. Because I saw these group of sisters, and kudos to this group of sisters here locally in Detroit. I was surprised to see this, you know, so I was shocked, you know, to see on WDIV Channel 4. I saw the story on YouTube of these black women, older sisters, where they're called Black Voices for Trump. And they said they don't look at, you know, they like, this is called identity politics, where people don't pay attention to the actual policies, but they're just into the person's character or whatnot. And they said they ignore that. They look at his policies. And how he's a leader and he gets stuff done. He's a man of action. He accomplishes things. And I said, wow, they did a story on it. I didn't even know that there was a group. I've seen like some of these people hold the different signs up at the rallies, but I had no clue there was some of them here. And see, because of the leftist controlled media, you won't know this type of stuff because they won't report on things like this. They don't want other black people waking up. They want to keep black people brainwashed. You know, they want, it's crazy. And they also don't want us, remember they use this as divide and conquer. So I want you guys to understand, I don't normally talk about subjects like this, but I felt compelled to, because I feel like they're coming at Ice Cube, you coming at me and my other brothers. I'm not gonna let you attack Killer Mike, even if we don't agree on the same political views. How you shamed Killer Mike when he went on Coleon the Or show, and how y'all attacked even Angela Stanton. I appreciate the work she's doing. She's running down in Georgia. How Roland Martin just attacked her. I like how she got Hood Street in her and she came back and gave them that work. So I appreciate sisters like her, and Kimberly Klasick in Baltimore. I support her, and Joe Collins, a guy running in California, and John James here locally. I think all these candidates I just named deserve a chance, by the way. I hope they win. And Laura Loomer, by the way. I can lend my support, show my support in other areas, but I just feel like, they're attacking. I see the same old, where it's like, so we black men, we're not allowed to have an opinion outside of the narrative, but we were some of the main ones on the front lines that put in work in the civil rights movement, the struggle, and prior to it, post-slavery. Why do we always have to be the ones to be on the front lines, to put in the work, and when it comes to divvying up the spoils amongst the benefits, we receive least amount of benefits? And to a lot of black men out there, y'all got to stop simping. A lot of black men, I have to get on the brother suit. Some of y'all have to stop being pushovers and simps and Captain Saverhoes and sugar daddies. Cut it out. Stand up to your woman and your wives. Let her know I'm voting for Trump. Tell her the truth. Stop being afraid. I speak my mind. My mom is liberal. I tell her straight up. I mean, that don't mean, we should fall out with each other, because remember, at the end of the day, they want us divided. I'm not speaking in terms of, but politically, if I was a registered voter, I no doubt would vote for Trump unapologetically. And I can still maintain my blackness and still be pro-black. Because don't none of y'all own the patent on who's pro-black or who's not. And a lot of y'all haven't even studied this history that I just went over. And I got one of my brothers, and I'm not going to put him out there, of course, I'm not going to say his name, but called me yesterday while I was at work. Told me he voting for Trump. The other brothers see this, what's going on. And then, it's crazy how desperate the Democratic Party has become. And they also, one of the reasons I feel like they don't address the needs of black African American men. And like I said, to reiterate earlier, a lot of us, our ancestors, by inheritance, by default, we haven't really seen the benefits, because we come from a demographic where, traditionally the court system is biased against us, because there's a symbiotic relationship with the welfare state, with child support. A lot of black men get the system is designed in a way to empower the women, and that's been done by design. By the way, that's why Oprah Winfrey wanted to build the school in Africa first, to empower the girls, to Europeanize, westernize Africa, by the way, so the women would have a head start, so they could push feminism and break their country apart, like what they're trying to do over here, by saying you're toxic masculinity and you're misogynistic and all this other crap. But it was the men, black men, and when you look at history, who were on the front lines of the struggle. Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Medgar Evers, Marcus Garvey, Frederick Douglass, many others. We had black inventors, George Washington Carver, Nat Turner, the list goes on. Denmark Vesey. It's just so many to name out there, by the way. And kudos, Harriet Tubman saved a lot, but I also found out that the real Uncle Tom, what's his name? I think Josiah Benson or something like that. I have to look it up. And he rescued some slaves quite a bit as well, I found out. But you don't often hear that story, by the way. The story of the real Uncle Tom. Because it's misconstrued how people get labeled that as far as being a sellout because they support Trump. Exactly reason why I'm doing the video, why they're attacking my boy Ice Cube. I had one of his albums years ago too. I pay attention to things. I listen to rap music, R&B, gospel. I had a lot of I was part of a rap group some years ago too. We never got signed, but we were in talks with Bad Boy Records and So Def Records with Jermaine Dupri. And I heard recently, I did hear about Diddy. I forgot about it. I was gonna speak on it, but I won't really speak on that situation. But I've been paying attention. But I think it's a step in the right direction. Ice Cube sees we're being used as pawns, by the way, by the Democratic Party. And who do they like to use? Because a lot of brothers in our community get taken advantage of and are used as pawns. But yet I commend there are a lot that are waking up, that are leaving the plantation, that's no longer drinking the Kool-Aid, by the way. So let me get in here. I'm gonna read some more comments and get ready to shut things down. By the way, I appreciate you all. If you guys can, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to Dorsey's Resource. If you haven't, you can follow me on at Dorsey's Resource on Facebook. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Instagram at Dorsey's Resource _2019. By the way, Instagram, that's my more liberal, laid back side. Twitter is my more conservative side, where I'll share posts from other Black Trump supporters, minorities, by the way, who support Trump, by the way. You know, just saying, despite my political leanings, I can still show support even though I'm not a registered voter. By the way, I'm in a different category. I could do a whole, matter of fact, I did a separate video on my other YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe to my second backup channel, by the way, in case, you know, something happens over here. I'll also make a note in case, you know, because of the way, no telling what the direction the censorship goes. But I also encourage you all to get on other web hosting platforms, which down the road, I will keep you all posted. I am on minds.com. You want to go over there, set up an account, minds.com. I do have an account on Brighteon. I haven't set it up where I've uploaded my profile picture, but Brighteon.com. I think band.video, that's Alex Jones's site. You may be able to set up one over there. BitChute is where a lot of these people that they banned or removed go create accounts at these other platforms. That's how you'll be able to find these videos that they censored and removed. And it's action-packed information, by the way, credible information in many cases that the liberal control mainstream media tries to cover up and tries to keep hidden, by the way. BitChute.com, you want to bookmark it if you can to your computer, your PC, your laptop. So you can take you straight there, and that's how I check the headlines. You know, I like to get, when I want to get a good breakdown, I'll go to InfoWars, I'll read the headlines. I'll compare it to what CNN or MSNBC is saying. You know, compare the headlines, or I'll see the article, because Alex Jones will show the news article that it might link from, or the writer at the top. Always check the dates. When you look at the articles, check the dates, because a lot of people are sharing old articles on Facebook, which has become an echo chamber to try to push their narrative, and you go and look at the date and it's from like three or 4 years ago. But always make sure, if you want to fact check, make sure you check the dates and look at the author. But they will link you to, when I watch the independent media and many other alternative independent media sites, they do show the evidence. Lisa Haven, by the way, kudos to the work she's doing. She still has a YouTube channel, by the way, or at least actually, I haven't checked as of lately since the purge has happened. But I did check about a week ago. So her channel should still be up. If it's not, you can just do a Google or Yahoo search. She puts out credible information, and she shows the documents to back up the points that she makes, that you can research on your own. You can look up those websites if you question things, you know, and that's fine. I had a subscriber that texted me that wanted to know the validity, and that's good. I want you guys to not take my word for what I'm saying. Do the research, because that's what I do as a researcher, as an investigative journalist, to make sure you're getting accurate information, by the way. Because why would the liberal control mainstream media be going out of their way to cover up this story about Hunter Biden and some other stuff I heard with the prime minister in China, the president Xi Jinping? Why would they be going out of their way to keep you all being informed from this? Why is that? They have something to hide because, you know, they've been involved in a lot of corruption and they got caught. By the way, this is what this is. By the way, so let me get in here and read some more of these comments. Okay, appreciate you all hanging in there so far. Okay, I read that already. Okay, Anthony Simmons says right on time, Dorsey, Democrats burned down. Okay, I read that. Appreciate that info about the Wilmington incident. Yep, just like the Democrats, they were responsible for burning up Black Wall Street, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Because remember, I forgot to mention the Ku Klux Klan were at their highest peak in 1921, and they were you know, heavily embedded in the South. They came from other states when they dropped the bombs on Oklahoma. So that was the Democratic Party that burned down Black Wall Street, by the way. That's on facts, on record. They won't talk about that. It's hard for them to deny that because the demographics geographically at the time that's why they were saying the documentary Eyes on the Prize that PBS aired, when they would call it the Deep South, because they were deep down there. Just like you get the saying or the cliche, we rolling deep in the club or the bar, or my crew, we were deep, because the Democrats, the Dixiecrats south of the Mason-Dixon line, the dividing line of the North and South, if you're going towards Maryland or on the highway, you'll see that the Mason-Dixon line, there was another party within the Democratic Party, the Dixiecrats. Joe Biden was also friends with plantation owner James Eastland. Also, the New York Times lied and said James Eastland was a Republican. No, he was not. He was a Democrat. He was a Democratic senator, I believe, from the state of Mississippi. Look up James Eastland. He was friends with Joe Biden, by the way. This is not a coincidence. The Dixiecrats, the Democrats, they were in the deep South. And they started the KKK, by the way, which also lynched not only black people, but also a significant portion of white people as well. This is the history. So if they can go 10 years back on somebody's Twitter profile, then we can go over 100 years back on history. And I just proved to you, this is facts, what I'm saying, irrefutable evidence. You can look up and document it before they try to remove it and hide it. Because that's what the Democratic Liberal Progressive Party likes to do. They don't like to debate facts because they can't. A lot of times when they've been defeated, they can't beat you in an argument. You know, they don't even want to debate with you. But it's important to get the real facts. Yes, real facts matter. Sandra Reek says real history is in the library books that you can't check out. Yes. Anthony Sims at Gretchen Helm said, yep, so much hidden and untold history in America, but it's all coming out now. These wicked people were brutal. Look up Seneca Village in NY, also which Central Park is built on. Okay. Gretchen Helm says, yes, PBS. Gretchen Helm says, I've heard who it really belongs to, fire. Right, Biden is caught on tape saying he don't want blacks integrating schools with whites, turning their schools into a jungle, etc. Shake my head. Yep. Biden, this evidence, he was the real racist, the original. He didn't hide it. Said it blatantly in that form. They always try to point the finger at Trump, but you know, they need to look at their own in-house. You know, and you know, it's evidence out there. Also, Hillary Clinton was very good friends with former Senator Robert Byrd, who was a former member of the KKK, even though it's people that tried to tell me during the 2016 election on Facebook when I was debating. I don't do no more of that debating stuff because they've turned Facebook into an echo chamber. I appreciate you all that do do the debate, and I still see the different posts. Some of you all making headway, but I've just, it just takes up too much time. But I was debating one guy who's in the church, and I said, they're not telling you about how Hillary also had a Confederate pen that her and Al Gore used when they were running. Sometime you can look it up. A Confederate made pen, because remember they banned the Confederate flag and everything, and she had a separate Confederate pen for her Southern supporters back in 2016, by the way. And she was friends with former Senator Robert Byrd, who was and she gave major condolences to him, her and Bill Clinton, after he died. And Senator Robert Byrd was part of the MK Ultra sex trafficking ring that Kathy O'Brien spoke about out of Muskegon, Michigan. Look up the story of Kathy O'Brien and Bryce Taylor, by the way. And look up the story of the former FBI agent Ted Gunderson, who, rest in peace to, who assisted them, and what happened. And she pointed out, Kathy O'Brien called out and Senator Byrd, at this event. It might still be on YouTube. Don't quote me on it if you're still able to find it, but just also research on Yahoo, use other search engines if you can't find it just on one platform for anything I'll go over. Because you know how they're trying to hide stuff and remove stuff, and make sure you document it. Find a downloader to download these videos and ways to or save the what do you call it? The how you can save the web browser. Save the web browser so you have the information in case they try to remove it, because that's what they like to do. So let me read some more. Yep, that's facts. Appreciate that, Anthony. No doubt young Pharaoh gets real deep. It's a lot of brothers out here spitting real education and facts that we had no idea about. Yep. Thank you for confirming. Gretchen Helm says facts at Anthony Simmons fire. Sandra Weeks says Trump 2020. Yes. Gretchen Helm says respect fire. Dulo 100 says speak that shit, bro. Thank you. I'm just keeping it real. We got to keep it real, baby. Anthony Simmons says down with the cabal. Bring on the RV. Keep up the great work, Dorsey. Appreciate you. Gretchen Helm says facts. Gretchen Helm says I saw that on at Empress Copper Fox channel. Okay, that's what's up. Well, guys, I appreciate you all. I wanted to get my way in about the Ice Cube controversy. Why I went over why I back Ice Cube, what he's doing. I just feel like I feel a certain type of way, like the Rich Homie Quan song, while they coming at us, black men, like we're not those of us like we're supposed to vote Democratic. No, we have the ability to think for ourselves, especially if the Democratic Party, if you all haven't done anything. I told my mother this, we deserve a return on our investment. If you vote for somebody, you deserve a return on that. Look at it as an investment. And many of our ancestors, our uncles that fought and died, were on the front lines. We're the descendants of them. So by inheritance, we deserve to benefit when it comes to divvying up the spoils. We're oftentimes left out. Remember affirmative action, by the way. I'm not trying to make this a battle of the sexes, but I'm just saying, because I do understand too, they want to keep us divided. United we stand, divided we fall. But I'm just saying how they're coming at us, attacking our black men and famous black men that have a lot of notoriety and did a lot for the black community. And Cube did a lot. Just because you support Trump doesn't mean that he's cooning or this makes you a sellout. No, he wants to see better. He wants to see the black community get some type of help, because the Democrats weren't doing it. We had 8 years of Obama years prior. They did not do what they should have done. And they've done black people wrong, and they've taken advantage of the black vote. And that's why, I'm speaking on behalf and defense of Cube and my brother Nick Cannon, and also Kanye West and Killer Mike. And what's the Chance the Rapper? Well, he said on Twitter about, blacks, he made mention how they have other parties where they try to put you into one box. You know, we have independent, we have libertarian, you have moderate conservative. You know, you got different factions, and then they tried to shun him. You know, so I'm not gonna let y'all do that. I'm not nobody famous. I don't have no sponsors attached to me. I'm just speaking real facts in defense. This is clearly wrong. The way they're coming at my brothers like this, and you know, I appreciate all of those melanated people and other minorities groups that are waking up out there and giving my way in. Definitely make sure you vote for Trump. But if you go over the information and are meticulously research what I went over in this video, you will see the reasons why I lean more to the right. Even though I'm not a registered voter, and there's reasons why I say that, but it's the reason why I lean more to the right versus the left. It's blatantly clear. But you have no right, mainstream liberal controlled media, to come at my homeboy. You mess with Cube, you messing with me. DL Hughley, all these other people. By the way, you know what I'm saying? When they're trying to do something, when Democrats have taken advantage of the black vote for years, and then now all of a sudden, why all of a sudden? But we seen Trump a few, you know, his first term in office, he's passed an executive order to revitalize urban communities. That's one of them. One of the executive orders. He signed another executive order for opportunity zones. For what he's done for school choice. Listen to Angry Man's podcast. Boss Talk Radio is the name of his YouTube channel. A lot of stuff he mentions, you can cross-reference with Young Pharaoh. I brought up earlier, and there's many others out there. So with that said, I appreciate y'all rocking with me tonight. I'm your host, John Dorsey the third, to be more specific, at Dorsey's Resource, doing business as the legal person, Jay the third. Until next time, I appreciate you all. Don't forget to thumbs up this video. You're welcome to comment. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, so whenever I put out new videos, YouTube should notify you. In the lower right-hand corner, there's a bell. Make sure you click that bell. Also, subscribe to my backup channel, Dorsey's Resource Channel 2. You can follow me at Dorsey's Resource on Facebook. I'm on Instagram at Dorsey's Resource _2019 at Dorsey's Resource. And I'm also on Twitter at Dorsey's Resource. And after the video is uploaded, it may take me a while. I've got to transfer over, but check the description box of the video. Should have the information where you can subscribe to me and for other information, for bookings, serious inquiries only. Until next time, big shout out to you all. Appreciate you. The marathon will continue. Real legends never die. Ashe, Hotep, Inshallah. Peace.